Well, we just saw Trump take to the stage and talk about the economy and something else that's very important. And with the death toll now hitting over 200 people in the wake of Hurricane Helene, FEMA and this administration, quite frankly, are nowhere to be found. I want to put something in perspective for just a second. Consider these logistics. 4 million barrels of oil, 595,000 barrels of diesel fuel, 34 million gallons of gas, 38 tons of clothing, more than 7,000 tons of supplies, rope, canvas, cleaning gear, hardware, approximately 1,000 tons of candy, toiletry articles, stationery, canteen items, and approximately 14,500 tons of fresh, frozen, and dry food that mobile hospital constructed in less than 8 hours. Oh, no, that's not what we've provided in the last 5 days since Hurricane Helene basically destroyed all of Lower Appalachia. No. Those numbers was the logistical movement for the first 4 days of the Battle of Iwo Jima. 8,000 miles away from where I'm sitting right now, across the Pacific in 1945, 80 years ago. We haven't done anything close to that for our own tax-paying citizens here in 2024 in America. FEMA is broke. I mean, we're talking broke as a joke, in large part due to the fact that over the last 2 years, they've redirected over $1 billion to care for illegal immigrants. And I now can't even get a fresh drinking water to an actual tax-paying citizen. Mayorkas is begging Congress, which is conveniently now in recess, to give him more money so he can do what he should have been doing already. And it gets even worse, folks. Remember when those illegal, keyword illegal, migrants got debit cards, meals, free hotel rooms in what is probably the greatest slap in the face? Kamala Harris, via her broke FEMA, is only giving U.S. citizens, many who paid taxes for the benefits that went to those illegal immigrants. She's giving them a cool $750. Keep it, lady. I'm not done either. In Greensboro, North Carolina, right around the corner from much of this disaster, there are currently 800 open beds in a completely unused new facility, complete with all the amenities, baseball fields, recreation. Oh, never mind. That's actually being held open and vacant for potential migrant apprehensions. Are you kidding me? In the last 9 months, we have shelled out $24 billion to Ukraine, $8 billion to Israel, $2 billion to Ethiopia, around $1 billion to each of Jordan, Egypt, Somalia, Yemen, the Congo, Syria, and the Taliban. $230 million we put into a pier in Gaza that just floated away in less than 3 weeks. And this list goes on. The failure we are seeing unfold should make every American's blood boil. It is like an atrocious lack of priorities, lack of will, lack of competence, but it is not ability. We have the ability to help these people. I just showed you what we did on Iwo Jima in 1945, but we're not doing it. And in some cases, people are trying to help their own. They're trying to go out there and use their own resources. They're being turned away. They're being threatened. They're being even being arrested. One guy flying people off rooftops in a personal helicopter was threatened to be arrested. But the people in charge of this administration are like the most epic failures of human beings I've ever seen. I can hear libs now screaming, "Oh, Carl, you're not on the ground. You have no idea how it works." Yes, I do. Because I was literally the point man on relief efforts for Hurricane Harvey, for the California wildfires, and other disasters under Donald Trump. I was literally the guy. I was in charge of AmeriCorps and its parent agency that was the federal grant arm for stuff just like this. We worked hand in hand with FEMA, and let me tell you why. Why we can't get bottles of water to people who are literally dying, who are stuck in trees. I'm sorry, I'm so angry about this. This is insane. The reason we can't get bottles of water to these people is because this administration, unlike Trump, who waived all that bureaucracy immediately, this White House values structure over function. The reason goods are being literally blocked, roadblocks put up by federal law enforcement in this hurricane relief effort, and other recent disasters we've seen too, like out in Maui, is because the government, agencies like FEMA, they have approved vendors, contracts, that unless items, bottles of water, food, or whatever, are from those specific companies, they cannot be distributed by government resources. Fact check me all day long on that. I know that for a fact. How messed up is that? And people are literally dying because of it. You do not hate your government enough right now. But I'm going to give you another reason to hate them even more. The reason all of this is happening, or I should say not happening, is because exactly what I pointed out last night from J.D. Vance. That this administration has appointed way too many people with PhDs and not enough people who actually know how to get the job done. This administration has appointed some of the least qualified people to be in charge. Tim Walz is like Einstein compared to most of the other people running our agencies. I know that's hard to believe, but it's coming into full circle right now because people are literally dying because of it. That's why this country isn't functioning right now. That's why every expert they've hired has been absolutely wrong. This hurricane response is just like a symptom of everything else. So look, Sam Britton, appointed to be in charge of nuclear waste. That's like kind of an important thing. He was the cross-dressing luggage thief that had approximately 0 qualifications for a McDonald's, yet given a senior appointment under Biden and Harris. Think about that. Rachel Levine, the Health and Human Services Assistant Secretary who pretends to be a woman. His previous qualifications in health include cramming COVID-positive elderly patients into nursing homes in Pennsylvania that he knew was wrong because simultaneously he pulled his parents out of there. You have Pete Buttigieg, the Secretary of Transportation, who had 2 months off during a supply chain crisis for daddy leave from a child he didn't father. Important to point out that when he was mayor, he also couldn't fix a single pothole in South Bend, Indiana. Jennifer Granholm, who once said that high gas prices are part of our plan to push Americans toward green energy. The Commerce Secretary, Gina Raimondo, this woman, she hasn't been focused on the port strike. This encompasses 40% of our commerce, and you're the Commerce Secretary. When I tell you we got to get this train back on track, trust me, it is so much worse than you know about. This hurricane response is like a microcosm of what's to come, folks. Take a hard, long look at who you're voting for. Are you voting for America first and get the job done? Or America last that will value a contract with a government agency over a taxpayer who just had their house swept down a river? I'm very angry about this, and you should be too. You should think long and hard about this and tell any of your liberal friends to also consider this. Because the next disaster, it might be in your town, and no one's coming to help you.